What's up, guys? Hope you like my little 7 Nation army today. I'm feeling the vibe. It's an office day where everything is awry, let me just tell you. That's why I tried to put elevator music on. I just wasn't having it. Tried to put the jazz on. Just wasn't having it. Tried to put lobby music on. Just wasn't having it. This is the energy of the day. All right, let's just turn it down so you can hear me. You never know what's going to happen with me here. You never know. We have a different thumbnail today. I have this for the office. Don't know what it goes to, but it's part of the office. So what's going on, my ladies and gentlemen? Let me just talk about the energy today. It is so frustrating. The last couple days, it is so frustrating. It is what I call it. We're talking about planes, trains, automobiles, lazy river rides. If you've been following, we're going into the new energy. Some of you are already in the new energy, closing out the old energy. Okay. What I'm going to talk about today, and I love symbolism. You guys are liking my analogies. All right. We're going to talk about a racetrack. And I hope you stay with me here because the energy today, the energy now that you're all in, it's about tying up all the loose ends to the old energy and creating the new energy, which it's really hard to navigate right now because some of you are starting a lot of new ventures, okay? Whether that's manifesting a new career, going into a whole new life purpose, changing relationships, changing businesses, changing your life if you're manifesting, okay? And we all know about my manifestation program that's coming up soon. If you want to be a part of that, it's in the description of this video. Make sure to get on the email list so you know when it's coming out and when you have to enroll. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like this video and subscribe because then you'll get all these videos once they come out and you'll be part of this community where if we talk about planes, trains, and automobiles 2 weeks ago, you'll understand what I'm talking about now. So that's what's really important. So we're going to talk about a racetrack today. So we are in the car. Okay, we're on the racetrack. We're suited up. It's all about this week is all about being thorough, being detailed, being able to tie up the loose ends where you need to, and also following up. There's a lot of energy that's not connecting, like the plug in the socket. Okay, so basically you're trying to get in touch with all these people. If you're feeling like you need to tie up old energy, it's almost like there's tons of projects all over the place. You can't seem to get things finished, but you have a lot started, right? So you're probably experiencing a lot of people not getting back to you or not hearing back regarding appointments, that kind of thing. If unlike a Mercury retrograde, we do have 6 planets in retrograde, which is kind of a big deal because things are not like moving ahead quickly. We're moving ahead because we're feeling that heightening of our vibration and moving acceleration, but the world isn't working with us here. So everything is very frustrating, very slow. We're wondering, why are these delays happening to us? I had a situation I talked about in the lounge on Friday. I had a project going on a year and a half ago in the old energy, a writing project, right? But if I look back on it, I was really disappointed on Friday because something didn't work out with the project. And it was something I had put about a year and a half of my time into. And, just emotionally bummed out thinking, I spent all this time. However, I was looking at it and thinking, well, if I'm telling you guys these things are going to happen to you, these things are kind of also affecting me. And sometimes it's not fun, right? It's not fun when it affects all of us. And here I am trying to provide encouragement and manifestation encouragement and moving forward. And yet I'm being knocked around here on the racetrack and I have to keep going in that car, right? I have to keep going. But I thought about it, like, why did this happen? Because when I was working on this specific project, this creative project a year and a half ago, I was getting, like I was talking to you guys with the psychic stuff and seeing into the future, whatever the future is. I don't believe there really is one future for everybody. I believe there are many different futures here, but we hit certain destiny points. And at that time, a year and a half ago, I was not on the path of transformation and growth and acceleration and alignment that I did a lot of work to get to where I am now. So where I was then when I started that project and coming into March, where we were going into the pandemic, and I was talking about how that period of time was really a time for you guys to like move up in energy, and that the universal consciousness, like you either going with it or you're going against it, and that you're not the same person that you were a year ago. So while I was thinking about that and this project having to move in a new direction, I was thinking about how was it psychically possible back then that people saw certain things that did not happen, right? How is that possible? It's because what the theories that I was talking to you guys about before, the theories of if you shift tremendously, which during this pandemic, people have either taken that internal opportunity to shift, or they stayed the same and they went kind of down into a darker space. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys my example and most of your examples. You guys and me, we all decided to kind of take this opportunity to go into our life passions, rework the inside, not so much on the outside, the material world, but inside. And most of you have realized that you were getting in touch with who you are, like completely who you are. And it's not anything you thought you were a year and a half ago. So while I was upset about something I put a year and a half of into my life, that was started when I was a different person, not like a different spirit, but a different, I was on a different lane of the highway. And if we talk about that wooden roller coaster, I wasn't on the wooden roller coaster where I was getting bumped around, but I was probably on the steel roller coaster where life was had those big dips up and down. And then I'm moving toward the lazy river now. So learned so much in the past 5 months. It started doing all this work with you guys, sharing it with you, hoping that you guys were on the journey with me. And I thought to myself, I had this door closing, this disappointment, but it's all in how we perceive things. It's all in how we gain perspective into those things that are closing, because doors will be closing for you. Okay. Doors to important things, important projects, things that you may have invested in, like I did. But I realized that what I would have started with that project now 3 months ago would be completely different than what I had maybe done a year and a half ago. And the people that I was connected with and the energy that I was attracted to at that point in time was where my energy was, but it's not there anymore. So like I said, if you transcend or if you transition up, your experience is going to be completely different along that line. So doors will be closing to old energy. Okay. You just have to let them, kind of have to let them close and move ahead. Okay. And it doesn't mean that those things are bad. It just means that you're going to be experiencing something new and different with some of those disappointments that you may be having. You have to tie up the past. Okay. So let's say, and this is in regards to settlements. So settlements could be you're settling a relationship, you're settling differences, you're settling especially anything that has to do with paperwork that's notarized or in legal format, contracts, anything of that nature needs to be settled. So if you have any kinds of settlements coming forward or you've been dealt with in the last 2 years, those things are moving forth. So once all of those energies kind of close, and it's going to take a few months, probably up until the mid-November, for a lot of these settlements to kind of move forward and take place. A lot of you might be thinking about a new vehicle at this time. So that's another thing that you might want to consider, because that's where we kind of ride around. It's kind of like our little body and our spirit. And then you have your little car and your little body and your spirit all together like a little Swinkie in the car, right? So I'm sure you guys like my analogies and random things that I say, because I have no idea what, but I hear them in my head and I understand them, and maybe you guys don't understand them. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But the energy today, it's like you're feeling like you can't get ahead. And so what I'm saying is you have to try to take those 10 things or those 15 things or those projects that you have all going on, and you kind of have to do a little bit of one, a little bit of the other, a little bit of one. You're not going to be able to take things from start to finish. There's too many things to take from start to finish. You have your life in this energy field and your life in that energy field. So back to the racetrack, we're going around the curve. Okay. You don't want to take the curve real crazy, because then you could like flip over, right? You want to take the curve at a nice moderate speed because everything is going to be coming at you at once. Okay, so all of a sudden you're trying to follow up with all these people last couple of days, trying to follow up with these appointments, things aren't moving forward. Now people are responding. Now, if you haven't heard from certain people, I would say follow up, follow up, follow up. Unlike a Mercury retrograde, you will get the result, but you're going to have to keep taking action to remind people to get back to you. So this is really important. But then today and tomorrow, even toward the end of the week, you're going to be all of a sudden, all those people that you followed up with are going to be all contacting you on the same day to like finish stuff up or do things. But it's all going to be confusing because they're like, well, my understanding was this, and my understanding, it's just like, you're going to be so overwhelmed because there's so much old energy if you're moving into the new energy that you need to close out, and it's all going to need to be closed out at once. So take that curve a little bit slowly. There's going to be a pressure put on you this week to do everything fast, taking that curve fast. And that's, I hate to say it, but that's like a, not a good situation. You know what happens when you do that. So you need to take the curve. Sometimes we accelerate around the curve, but we accelerate moderately and we take the curve very carefully on that racetrack. This curve, it's very important that you get this turn while you're moving into the new energy, that you don't lose the car on the way. Okay, so that's really important, that you're really doing everything as thoroughly as you can. But if you're a start to finish type person, it's not going to be that way. You're going to have to just chip away at everything almost like a little bit at a time. There's not going to be one project that goes to completion and then the next project that goes to completion. So it's kind of all different. All right. So let me just say hi to everybody. If you have any questions about what I was talking about, if you got here late, Jeff, I know you got here late, but you're here all the time, so I appreciate you coming. Kim, you're telling me that, you completely understand what's going on. I'm so happy about that. Now you got to know what to do about it. Closing out the old energy, follow-ups, disappointments, but changing perspective on how you view it. Very important. All right, Kristen, you finally caught me live. Well, congratulations, because I don't ever catch myself live. I don't even know when I'm going live half the time. Glad you caught me live. You met me a couple years ago at Basil's. Well, I'm so glad. Basil's doesn't exist anymore. I wish it did, because I love those guys. I love the food, but I have to say that the building, I saw that building having an issue 5 years ago, and now it's being taken down. So hopefully Basil's will return in a new format, but it's good to talk to Kristen. Happy you're here. So Ann Nober makes an appearance. Hi, Ann Nober. Good to see you again. Angel, totally understand. Good. Glad to hear it. Eileen, blast from the past. How you doing, Eileen? We gotta get somebody. You know what? Oh, I got to talk about. We had Eileen. It's good to hear from you. We had your lovely friend Eric Speranza on our show on the lounge a few weeks back. He did a great job. Eileen was one of the fellow. Well, I shouldn't say, because I don't know if you do that work anymore. So we'll just keep it private. All right. Once again, don't know what's happening in the lounge on Friday, but what I do know is that it's another live music night on Friday. Aren't you guys all excited? We are now bringing live music to the lounge. It's like this amazing, like I love Johnny Carson, like back in the day. My grandmother used to watch Johnny Carson, watch Jay Leno. I went to school, same place Jay Leno went to school. I always liked that they would bring guests on, talk about things, and have some live music, feature songs. I love music. Well, we're going to have some live music. Not only one artist, and you guys are going to be excited because they're coming back. April, May, and the June Bugs will be back with their Halloween themed album. They have a couple more channeled songs, going to be a little spooky. And we are bringing on another special guest as well. So that's going to be a little mystery going on. And I don't even know what the topic's going to be yet for Friday. But I'm hoping you guys might be able to shoot some ideas. Who knows who I'm going to bring? We don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what the show books itself. I'm not even kidding. It's not even a joke. The show does book itself. Like, you think it's a slogan. It's really not. It's not a slogan. we don't ever know what we're doing usually till last minute. And of course, Elise will be on because she's the new medium on the block, right? That's really important. So the other thing is really important. If you watched the lounge on Friday night, you have some relationship difficulties, separated, divorced, you're looking to change your relationship patterns, anything relationships, watch the lounge on Friday. We had our relationship expert, Bob Grant. He's a best-selling Amazon author. He was on Friday. He has a program called Women Men Adore and Never Want to Leave. And this is his first offer that he ever offered, only to our viewers of the show. So nobody else has this offer. But he offered, if you get his program, it's like an ebook program. And I have the link. I'm going to put it up now. This expires on Friday before my show. Okay. A bunch of people already got on it. And you get the book or the program, you get 15 minutes of a private one-on-one call with Bob Grant. He charges $400 for 45 minutes. It's $150 value just to talk to him for 15 minutes. And he really gets into detail about your relationship issue. And then you'll be entered into the contest to come on with him to get the whole shebang when he comes on next time. All right. So I'm going to put the link here. Like I said, this expires before my show on Friday. This offer expires for Bob's book. You could always get Bob's book and program, but you don't get the one-on-one coaching with him, the 15 minutes of one-on-one coaching, which I have talked to Bob Grant. I've told you my experiences with Bob Grant 7 years ago when he told me to get away from another guy on live radio, and he was right. I don't know whether he's using intuition or he just knows men that well, but here is the link. I'm putting it up there right now. And you must use the code Marisa Show and email them, say that you heard about it on Marisa Show so that you get that private coaching with Bob Grant. Very cool. If you don't know who Bob Grant is, he's amazing. He's like a magic wand for relationships. He does mostly men and women, but I think he works with couples on all levels. Okay, so make sure you watch the lounge from last Friday. It's on YouTube and Facebook. All right, so anyway, back to this energy stuff, which we have to talk about. So I'm hoping everybody is understanding what I was talking about, taking that curve. Lori Matthews, I'm going to bring you on. I'm going to talk to you about this. Okay. She's bringing up something very important about this week's energy. She thinks she's letting go her anger toward people go so she can move forward, clearing out the clutter in her house so she can move forward. This is definitely something you guys should be doing. This is a good time for selling old stuff, selling old clothes, old furniture, anything that's connected to the old energy in her life that needs to be sold. You will find it easy. 1, 2, 3, easy to sell it. Okay. Buying new stuff right now, you kind of want to have it in the works, but this is a time where you're making room for your new life, your new energy, your new vibration, everything new and golden and sunshine and pretty. But this week is not pretty. You are right, Lori Matthews. We are angry. We are frustrated. We are out of control because we're on the curve in the racetrack. Now, if you're driving along that curve and you have a tendency to be angry and you have a tendency to be a little impulsive, you're not going to take that curve well. You want to get to that finish line on the racetrack, in your suit, the car not getting bumped up. So anger is going to come up because you're not only purging, if you're purging a lot of your old furniture, clothes, and things that have old energy and old memories to it, you're going to start feeling and grieving and having emotions of anger. You're also going to be very frustrated because those financial institutions that I talked about 2 weeks ago, financial institutions, banks, things holding up people's funds. Okay. It's not fair. It shouldn't be happening. But if you find that some of your online accounts are frozen, restricted, your cards are restricted, you can't get to customer service to get to your funds, that should probably liven up around the 25th. Okay. But that's not really, going on. A lot of people have an internet, technical issues. Remember, we have 6 planetary bodies in retrograde and we all focus on Mercury retrograde, but not the other 6. The other 6 are going on. So there's a lot going on, and I am hoping that you guys are taking this time to listen to Marisa, because Marisa is looking looking very composed right now, but Marisa was not composed in the last couple of days. Marisa was not composed on Friday, even though I did the lounge. I was not composed. I was having a lot of feelings about old energy leaving, but I know when I really take time to take perspective and look to where I've grown and where you guys have grown and the people that have done this with me in the past 5 months, we're still going. We're coming to another high energy level of manifestation, which the people in here that are going to do it with me, we're going to do this course. We're going to manifest. I'm doing it with you. And we're going to get some new stuff going on. Okay. So this is really, really great. And Jason Snyder, he's here. Jason Snyder, how you doing? Jason was on one of the first lounges where we brought on guests. Paranormal investigator. He has his own podcast called the Firelands Podcast. Give him a shout out. Hi, Jason. We were following Jason's love life. As Jason knows, Bob Grant was on. I want to know what's going on in Jason's love life. I really would like to know. Hopefully Jason will come back on and let us know maybe on Friday. We don't know who's coming on Friday. Have you had a near-death experience? Have you talked to aliens? Has your cat talked to the aliens? Does your dog see spirits? Did your grandmother appear to you and tell you, hey, you might want to, come with me on the other side? I don't know. What are you doing? Do you have any things you want to know about? I'm thinking I want to get into something weird on Friday. Because, I'm a medium. I talk to dead people, But that's that's almost too normal these days. Okay? We all know this exists. So, yeah, tune into higher consciousness, talk to dead people, do the psychic stuff. Yeah, whatever. Manifest. We all know about it. But what about some weird stuff like that people don't know about? Like, does your cat do tricks? Does it are you a diver for the Olympics? I want to know. I want to know who's on here today that I could just pull from this stream because I told you we're having live musicians on. We're having live music. It's going to be a party on Friday. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. So I want to know, what are you guys interested in? What do you guys want to see? I know we want to talk about paranormal stuff. We always, but I want something new, something different. Maybe an astrologer, but somebody really weird. We're getting good musicians because I'm having really good music. That's really important. Because this is a magazine. This is a lifestyle show. Even though I'm a medium, medical intuitive, we're talking about intuition. We're not in the new age world. If you guys are following me, you're probably not gonna be following the people that are like, oh, let's just tune into the world energy and say thank you for the abundance. Yes, everything's all roses and sunshine. No, it's not. And I'm here to keep it real to you. So we're going to have fun. We're going to entertain. We're going to educate. And we're going to have a good time. I mean, why not? All right. So, oh my goodness, look at this. Look who I have here. Bernie Emery. Now, if anybody's in the dating world that's very entertaining, it's Bernie Emery. He's a contractor, a singing painter, and he is a dating expert. Bernie, I'm going to have to bring Bernie out. I want to bring you on the show. When are you coming on? All right. So, yeah, I just, Bernie wants to come on. Bring him on. If he's had any crazy psychic experiences painting people's houses. Have you, Bernie? Have you had any crazy psychic experiences? When you've been, because renovations is when the spirits come out. The renovations. Have you had any crazy experiences when you were renovating someone's house as a contractor? That's what I want to know. That's a little weird, right? I want to know. I'll be in touch with you, Bern. Send an email to me, Bernie, because I don't have any of your contact information at info@connectionbeyond.com. I'll put it up here if anybody wants to email me or email, us at the lounge for Friday. You want to email us? Send us an email. You want to be on the show. You have some ideas. You're a creator. You're a musician. This is a variety show, people. We're going to take intuition, mediumship. We're going to make it the spoke of the tire, but then everything can relate to it. All right. Because we want to keep you guys on your toes. We don't want you to be bored. We want this to be interesting, and we want the universe to help us to create it. So very important. So cool. All right. Well, I'm hoping that something's going to turn out from this. And I got to get in touch with Bernie Emery, and you guys have to email me. And that's about it. And I'm putting the The link for Bob Grant's offer, like I said, it expires on Friday. So if you want that coaching package with him and his book, The Women Men Adore and Never Want to Leave, here it is again from Friday. I will put it in the chat. And Angeline votes for numerology. Near-death experience is repeating numbers. All right. What about Bigfoot? Maybe we could bring him on. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to find something weird because I'm in a weird mood. I'm just trying to keep it positive for you guys because I'm in a crazy feeling myself. So let's see. Chiara, when I did the renovation of my house, we had a lot of spirit activities. Okay. Well, sure. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Chiara, Shara, or Chiara, or Chiara, or Chiara, or Chiara. No, that's kind of a drink. Horchata. That's not your name. Chiara and horchata are not the same. But I'm trying to give you like the Italian or Spanish version. I don't know if you like the way I say it. All right. Chiata. I don't think I've said any of those, but Chiata. Okay. If you want to come on and talk about your experiences, email us on the show. Awesome. So without further ado, I hope I'll get on to the porch with you guys this week as well. I'm going to try to do that for the manifestation work. Say hi. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Friday, and it's going to be a good time. So we will see you then. Have a good day, the rest of your day today.